Hello and welcome to your reading. My name is Rowan. Today we will be getting into a request that somebody put in the comments the other day about wanting a check-in with the animal ally tiger energy. And I know there's quite a few people in my collective that resonate a lot with the tigers, myself included actually. And I'm really happy that you asked for this request. I think that's very timely, and I'm happy to get into it today. So if you guys have certain topics that you'd like me to read on that benefit the collective, absolutely go ahead and let me know for future readings. I definitely take those into consideration. If you would like a personal reading that's specific to your energy, you can book with me through my website. I only book through my website to avoid any scamming situations that could harm you guys. And it's Elderbeingsintuition.com. You can find the information in the description box below. I will never book with you through the comments and stuff just to ensure that none of these scammers get through to anybody. Also, if you guys see anything from me on Instagram, my Instagram was hacked because the karmics. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this tiger energy today and see what's coming up. Spirit, what would you like to share from the tiger energy today? I'm hearing count your stripes. That's interesting. When I hear count your stripes, this is like Spirit talking about counting or taking stock of all of the things that make you unique, that people used to, I'm hearing, make fun of you for, that people used to say made you stand out too much, or blend in with situations they didn't understand well, in the same way that, you know, the tiger is helped out by their stripes whenever they're in the jungle because animals can't see them. But I feel like the times that you've blended in and your stripes have helped you early in your life were not understood by the people around you. You are well equipped for situations that are completely different from the situation you grew up in. So you might have actually come through as a late bloomer for a lot of you who resonate with the tiger energy. And it may have also come through for you as feeling like you were bad at a lot of things, and then one day you were amazing at a lot of things. It was like this very stark switch, like a 180 in your life of feeling like, okay, I'm just not that skilled or I'm not that good at things, to just being like almost a prodigy in something. And going from this kind of like this meddling energy in the background of your life that just kind of made you feel bad about yourself, or this low level bullying, perhaps even from family for some of you, to you squaring up and being like, yeah, we'll play that game. Let's go. It's like a boost in confidence all of a sudden. And I think for a lot of you, this wasn't, I think you were bluffing at the beginning, and then you grew into that confidence as well. For some of you, this might have been, there may have been a dad or stepdad type of energy involved that was not kind to you, or one of your first bullies. You can read those cards. For some of you here, this energy told lies about you, or said you were a liar, but you weren't a liar. Yeah, because there was negative energy involvement in the background of your life. And this tiger energy actually chose to guide you in this life because you had like a lot of competition in the background from family entities, I'm hearing, that wanted to keep you very small, that wanted to make you feel like you were less than. This is like an enslavement type of program. And what I mean by that is that in the larger scope of, I guess, our matrix, or whatever you want to call it, some people will go through these quote-unquote programs for multiple incarnations where they're exploring themes around personal power and things like that. And I feel like this is the lifetime where you're like opting out of all that crap. This is the lifetime where your inner fire is coming forward, where you are becoming uncontrollable. You are becoming the sun and allowing life to orbit around you now, instead of you orbiting around somebody else. which is how you were raised. You may have been programmed with that. And because of the way that people have treated you, you have become solid. You have become unbreakable in a lot of ways. And you might not even kind of recognize yourself as this intense, forceful, strong, powerful energy. I feel like this is a very quiet group, actually, in a lot of ways. Not to say that you're meek, but I feel like you don't brazenly go into things. I do feel like you're a more reserved type of energy most of the time when you're interacting with people, except maybe your closest few friends or your group, right? Your family. The family you made. We'll talk about it that way. Your chosen family. But because of the things that you have done for others, and the way that you have stood up for others who are going through bullying, even while you yourself are going through it, your karmic return is here. And we've been talking about this on this channel. This is really a time where we're in pause before this next level up for a lot of people. This deck is only has certain things in it, and here's the cat. So the tigers are just saying, hey, we're here, in the way that they can with this deck, because there's no tigers in this deck. I love it. You've dealt with a lot of backhanded compliments in your life that weren't funny, and it's like you were told to laugh, at a young age. You were prevented from making moves in your life that would have helped you at different times. People lied to you. You may have even been around people who did not respect animals the way that you do, because I feel like this group is very reverent. They're using the word reverent to animals. They are very sacred to you. Many of you grew up around cats and dogs, and I'm hearing birds, or wildlife that really helped ground you through the pain that you dealt with. And I feel like that's where you could be most free. That's where you didn't have to hide your energy anymore. And the things you were seeking, that unconditional love was given to you. Animals beam love to you, I'm hearing, in a way that's different from other people. You are seen by animals for who you actually are. I'm going to reshuffle these. Something about the third eye here. Your eyes are powerful. Not just your third eye. It's like just your gaze brings forth evidence about things in the physical and the non-physical. You see watchers around people. Oh my god, here's the third eye right here. Excellent. You see when people and animals and places replenish your energy versus take from you. You see when people are soulless. And when I say that, I don't personally, this is my opinion, okay, because I've heard lots of different things, but I don't feel like anybody is born without a soul. I feel like people will put their soul almost on hold or give over power to other things willingly. I think that the soul can also be held back from, I guess, healthy things by mental illness at times as well. And there are entities that mess with that. That's my opinion. But I feel like you've met people like that. I think that's not news to you. Yeah, I think you already get that. You've met people who have abandoned themselves. You've learned moderation by watching people around you do too much. Yeah, you have learned to give, like, which entities and energies to give permission to exist near you. Meaning, you may not have had or understood boundaries at all in your life, in physical and non-physical ways. But I feel like your angels and guides and the animals have especially really helped to give you a safe space energetically and help teach you that they are safe energies because they respect your wishes, versus like these heavier, negative, almost like narcissistic attachments that people form that want to be around your energy. And you have been, I'm hearing, coerced at different points in your life to allow those energies to cling to you. And you're definitely not dealing with that anymore. Some of you are very connected to birth, like the birth gateway. Some of you might work in a NICU or be nurses that work with like OBGYNs. Some of you might be doctors. Some of you might be doulas, you know, stuff like that. Or you might just be like a very dedicated mother for some of you. Or father or parent, you know, it doesn't have to be gender specific. I just feel like there's a lot of feminine energy listening to this right now. And I'm hearing that's actually an energy that Tiger seeks a lot. Because the Tiger, by virtue of their fierceness, wants to assist the divine feminine collective. And that's not gender specific, okay? That's like people who were raised in such a way that they were beaten down and divorced from their personal power. This is something that Tiger is looking to assist humanity with at this time. You may have had military around you in your life. You might have been in the military for some of you, but I feel like for most of you, these are like people you grew up around. Some of you might be like military brats. Okay. Something like that. Some of you traveled and your family was military or a spouse. Take it as it resonates. There's lots of people here. And I feel like because of being around this type of energy, it taught you to trust your heart because you saw some things from these people. Oh my God. And you were like, you need to chill out. And I feel like if you've been around like military people in a close way, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I won't get into that further. We could talk about that another day. Yeah, this is going to be your time. I feel like you have been passed up for things you deserve, your recognition so many times in your life because people were louder than you, more demanding than you, and more annoying than you. And you are going to be given your flowers now. You are getting justice for not being recognized, for not being seen. Interesting. This is about something you can get, monetary or resources. Okay, so there's going to be a physical type of research coming in right now. That'll be part of your karmic return. The Tiger is saying that you may have a belief that things come with a price tag. When good things come in, I'm hearing, this is like an inner child voice for you. I'm hearing when good things come in, something bad always follows. And Tiger is saying that they want to caution you away from carrying this belief with you any longer because this has caused you to self-harm in certain ways. And, you know, self-harm doesn't have to be physical. Okay, self-harm can be a lot of different things, including mental. It can be stress and anxiety. It can be the people we allow in our lives. And it can also be the choices that we make for ourselves can cause self-sabotage. And Tiger is showing me scratching themselves when I see that. So that might have been something you dealt with in the past in a physical way, but I feel like for most of you, this is not a physical thing. I love this. I'm in your corner. I'll never give up on you. Tiger is your lifelong guardian. There's even energies around you that are connected to the tigers. One that I'm seeing very clearly here is Ma Durga, who, you know, her vehicle is a tiger. And the tiger will visit you in dream time as well and circle you. And that circling is like a clearing. It's like an initiation. So if you deal with that or you have had that happen, that's what that is. There's also there's somebody here from I don't know too much about this, so I'm just going to describe what I see. But there's somebody here that has African ancestry, okay? And I'm seeing like a man wearing beads And this is like a god form or like an ancestor energy. And there's a tiger with him, which is interesting. But it feels African to me. I'm also hearing Mongolian. So there's somebody here with like Mongolian energy around them or connection there. Like a shamanic connection. Okay, we have spiritual awakening coming up here. This is the beginning of something new for you. And Spirit is saying that you are not too much and you're allowed to have big feelings about the things that you have dealt with in your life. We're going to get some different cards here. I'm also seeing a yellow dragon coming through with the tigers for somebody here. That might be relevant for someone. You might want to look up the meaning of the yellow dragon. It looks Asian to me. It looks like an Asian dragon with the long whiskers and an orb. The orb of divinity. Don't mind me, guys. Biomage. Let's see. I feel like one of the things that Tiger is helping you guys with is actually going to be more connection with your physical body. Like a greater ability to connect with your body and heal yourself. Because I'm hearing like a cat's purr recalibrating everything and healing everything. And in this card, this almost looks like a shield of protection or a shield of like healing, like a capsule of healing around this person here. And there's like a new frequency, a new resonance that you'll be able to get here. And with insect imitation, like it was bringing up the locust, you know, the sound of the locust and the sound of the tiger's purr. So it's definitely like a frequency energy here. It's very interesting. You guys may want to connect with the Lyran star beings who are felines, and you know, you can connect with them through the energy of the tigers for sure. You can also connect with just the regular, just a picture of a tiger, you know, the energy of the tigers. And there's like this very powerful flame-like. It's not fire. This isn't connected to fire. It's connected to the frequency of orange, red, and yellow. So that's root, solar plexus, and sacral, okay? And these are all going to come together in a very healing way for you by working with frequencies and sound. You may want to actually work with meditating with a cat's purr or a tiger's purr, if you can find this online, in the background at the beginning, just to attune yourself to that frequency, because this isn't about relying on this. This is about initiation. Tiger is initiating you at this time. That's really cool. Yeah, they're showing me lighting up your hands, and the chakras in our hands are where our healing comes from. That's where it happens. It all awakens there. Some of you are already initiated into some sort of energy healing, and if you're not, I do feel like this group has the power of laying hands, and you may want to look into a type of energy healing. I started with Usui Reiki, and I do several other types of Reiki, so whatever resonates for you. I'm not really a proponent of telling anybody that they can't do healing without an initiation of some sort, because I think that you can do whatever you want. I think some of the best hands-on healers have never been initiated by a human person. So if your only initiation is through your energies with the tigers and through your guides and spirits, that's just as good, in my opinion. I don't think that we should need to pay for initiation. I think if you want to continue education and spirits guiding you to someone in the physical to teach you, absolutely do that. But I'm never going to tell people to, you know, you have to go out and buy a course or something like that. I just personally don't believe that. So You guys naturally have that ability, for sure. Let's see, we also have a black dragon coming up here. Frontline base. There's a lot of dragon energies coming up here. So the black dragons are an energy that's very protective and works around moving through fear. And we had talked about some fears coming up here. So I do believe that Tiger and the dragons are going to be helping you to alchemize some of your old fears and really move through them in a different way. Like learning how to sit with your fear or move through your fear, move in spite of your fear. We also have a Celtic guardian coming through here. That's for somebody. And this is talking about lightning swift attacks. So there's this balance of speed and slowness, poise, and movement that's coming up here. Knowing when it's important to move and when it's important to rest. And this is something that Tiger will be guiding you through. One more from this deck, please. Okay, I was just shuffling and I saw a songbird, like a bluebird. Bluebird might be specific for somebody here. You might actually see a bluebird around your house that's looking after you. But I always interpret the bluebird as the return of hope after a long period of struggle, after almost like this long rainstorm. So I feel like after, perhaps for some of you, even a lifetime of struggle to find hope that things will be different, you're going to have that return to you. And half of the deck is going the wrong way. Oh. So half of my deck was up and half of it was down. And when I went to fix it, I heard that's how your life has been. Like, the first half of your life might have felt completely wrong. You might have felt really out of sorts, and I feel like this is about to shift with this karmic return. We have Zebra with open-mindedness coming up with your stripes here. It says, there is more than one way of looking at things. You must be ready to accept alternative viewpoints and new ideas. You must open your eyes to new ideas and new ways of resolving problems. Again, coming up with that change we were talking about. Hey, you can't make it up. Snake transformation. You will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. Change is in the wind, and you are at the center of all of it as the catalyst. To smooth the process, make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. And we were just talking about the bluebird with hope. I love it. Here's your cat coming up again. You are being encouraged to develop balance between independence and time of togetherness. This is what we were talking about with those boundaries, knowing when you can tell people that you need them to go away for a while. Because the tiger is very solitary, and I get that from you guys for sure. A lot of this group is very bookish, I'm getting. This also indicates that you would greatly benefit from a profound journey of self-discovery. Learn to enjoy time spent with yourself. As I read this, Tiger is saying that some of you came from deeply enmeshed codependent families, and this caused an immense tear in your spirit. That's what this is going to be healing with this new frequency that the tiger is going to help you achieve in your meditation. And this tear in your spirit is because you are a naturally independent person, and it's like your entire body chemistry and the way that your hormones work and everything else were so messed up because you were basically like taught that you have to have people around and you have to have certain people around to feel safe. So once you got out of that, and I feel like for most of you, you're already done with this, but there's some of you that are listening that aren't quite there yet, and you're going to be done. That pain isn't going to last forever. I also went through that. But once you're done with that, it's like your life is going to be so much easier for you. Your nervous system is going to feel so different that it's going to open up the prospect for you to explore things in a way that you were never able to focus on before. Because your nervous system was messed up from the people that you were raised with. Yeah, turtle with calm. Turtle wisdom teaches us about walking our path in peace and sticking to it with determination and serenity. You may be encouraged to take a break in your busy life and look around or within you for more grounded, long-lasting solutions. You may want to work with the snapping turtle as well. Snapping turtle is a little bit of a different energy, but I think it's closer to tiger energy. So I think you guys will really like that if you connect with them. They're really cool, protective, and guiding spirit. Now we also have the cougar coming up, because I don't know that there's a tiger in this deck. So cougar coming up with leadership. You have come into your own power. Now is the time to take lead of the situation and be strong, using the power of intentions. Be clear with your purpose and define where you're heading. I think that's it, guys. That's what I have for you. That's your message from Tiger. I hope that this helps you guys. And if you have any questions about Tiger, let me know in the comments. Would you like me to do a video about people that are walking the path with Tiger? Just kind of an overview of what type of personality you have and, the light and shadow side and things like that. Let me know if you'd be into that. But otherwise, I hope this resonated for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.